Come in. What's wrong?
I've changed my mind. Is that all right with you?
But...
Forget it.
Now, wait a minute. Let's review the bidding here. Are you mad because I carried her hamper out to the car?
Well, maybe I just don't like to see a grown-up young man simpering and scraping and jumping through hoops like a puppy dog.
I asked you how you found me. You never answered.
Well. You know there are...
The long, hot summer seems to know every time you're near, and the touch of a breeze gently stirs all the trees, and a bird wants to please my ear. The long, hot summer, oh, so slowly moves along.
The Long Hot Summer, brought to you by...
What a way to spend the summer, stuck with Billy Roy Wyman.
So what's so wrong with him? From what you say, sounds like kind of a nice boy.
Well, he is, I guess. But a time comes when you have to stop collecting butterflies.
And start collecting girls, I reckon.
Something wrong?
Well, now, whatever gave you that idea? All I can get out of it, a little... and sneezes. Think you can cure the allergy?
I can try.
Would you mind helping me down from this thing? Well, you gonna fix it sometime today?
Well, sure.
I don't mean to seem impatient, but it's just that I'm trying to get to a place called Frenchman's Bend. You know where it is?
I live there.
Coincidence.
It's a few miles straight ahead up the road. By the way, my name is Varner. Jody Varner.
Jody Varner. Willer Stern's my name.
Willer Stern. You like classical music, huh?
Say, would you like a drink? Well, of course you would. Last time I heard the Serenade for Strings was off the violin of an Iranian petroleum engineer. A Paris-trained Iranian, playing Tchaikovsky in Austin, Texas. With a bunch of dusty oil drillers just eating it up.
I guess music's kind of Morse code. A universal means of communication. There was a loose wire. It's fixed now, I think.
Well, you were real sweet to stop.
It was a pleasure.
Nice meeting you. Maybe I'll see you in town. Oh, say, you know where I can find a young man by the name of Ben Quick?
Sure. Take your next turn to the right. His farm's about a mile from there.
Well, thank you, Mr. Jody Varner. Well, you plan on standing there all night with your tongue hanging out?
Eula, I'd like to present Mr. Billy Roy Wyman. Eula was wanting to meet you.
Oh, well, I hope you enjoy your stay.
Oh, thank you. I'm sure I'll enjoy it. I was thinking, maybe we could get another girl for Billy Roy and go up to Lake Marabou this Sunday. What do you think?
Oh, well, that would be real nice.
What's Marabou?
Oh, it's a lake. Jody drove me up there this afternoon. Got speedboats you can rent and dancing and...
Water skiing and skin diving.
Water skiing?
Yeah, it isn't hard. I can teach you in about an hour.
Well, my father says I'm here to learn.
Fine, then. It's a deal.
Allow me.
Thank you. She's gracing us with her presence.
I know. I saw a car outside.
Hi.
Hi. We meet again.
So we do. Hello, hon. Got everything there, all the linen, the silver?
I checked it myself. Here. No, thank you. My pleasure.
Never get a home in the country that way.
Oh, no, let me do that. It's my job.
Oh.
It's all part of our friendly service. Just think of me as a one-man welcoming committee. After you.
He can say that again.
Jody tells me you haven't been in town long.
He could have warned me you were coming. I don't always dress like this.
Oh. You look just fine.
Well, then we'll see you on Sunday, about 10.
No, thank you.
Oh, what's wrong?
I've changed my mind. Is that all right with you?
But...
Forget it.
Now, wait a minute. Hold the phone. Let's review the bidding here. Are you mad because I carried her hamper out to the car?
Well, maybe I just don't like to see a grown-up young man simpering and scraping and jumping through hoops like a puppy dog.
Well, if that's the way you feel, forget it.
I just said that.
Well, it bears repeating.
Talk about unreasonable. Gilroy, believe me. Stick to...
Some way to amuse myself. Interrupting something.
Willa, your phone call was about... How old you say you were?
18. Well, almost.
Papa, you talk to me, and it must be English, because I recognize the words. But you sure don't get through to me.
Well, let me put it this way to you, Jody. You're 21, and you're Varna, and if you're feeling your oats...
Don't you understand? I just found her on the side of the road. I felt sorry for her, and I thought I'd bring her...
Hush.
Where you think you going, Missy? Don't, come on. You wait till we get on. You wait. You going home now. Get in that car.
No, I'm not. I'm never going home.
Yes, get in there.
The long, hot summer seems to know every time you're near, and the touch of a breeze gently stirs all the trees, and a bird wants to please my ear. The long, hot summer, oh, so slowly moves along.
The long, hot summer.
A thunderstorm, and Jody Varner driving home on a road he's never driven before. And at this moment, a frightened young girl runs out of nowhere, pure chance. And yet from this moment, the course of a life is changed.
mister. I sure would appreciate a ride.
What's the matter? You trying to get yourself killed?
I'm trying to get a ride. Well, mister, it's wet out here.
Oh, sure, I'm sorry. Jump in.
Oh, I come through the field.
I get an old sweater back here.
Oh, thank you.
My name's Jody Varner. What's yours?
Oh, Eula Johnson.
Did it help any?
Yeah, thank you. This thing run?
Well, sure. Where you headed?
Oh, I tell you the truth, it don't much matter.
She's got a call. She'd have come out here. She's got a ride or something. I don't know why my sister do a thing like this. I just don't. I'm getting awful sick of you, John Wesley. You'd be wise to hush up. Well, it wasn't my fault, Curly Dog. What are we gonna do now? We're gonna stop mess, boy. Every juke joint, rib joint, hotel, motel, and roadside barbecue. I've been looking forward to this night a long time, and I sure don't plan to spend it with you.
Live around here?
Oh, no, I was down to Sahaxia on business for my father. Kind of in a rush to get back. Don't want to be late, especially tonight.
Why tonight?
My birthday.
Sure enough.
21 today.
Wish I'd have known. I'd have baked a cake.
Wake up.
Huh?
We're here.
Oh. Where are we? Well, how come we're... Well, what's this?
Surprise. What'd you do that for?
Surprise for you, Speedy. I didn't ask to be took to no hotel. And what's more,
This is my home.
all you high-steppers seem to have the idea that just because a girl's... You said what?
This is my house. My home.
You live here?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I surely do apologize.
Come on.
Oh, no, thank you. I couldn't.
Come on, you get yourself pneumonia out here.
Oh, Jody, I couldn't.
Believe me, this is my home.
Well, it's about time, birthday boy.
Hi, Clara. Eula, this is my big sister, Clara. Eula got caught in the rain, and I'm trying to get it to dry off.
Course.
Oh, no, thank you. I'll just be going along. Pleased to meet you.
I don't think she has any place to go.
Wait a minute, miss. We can't let you go trudging off in this weather.
Come on. Nobody's gonna bite you.
Let's get some dry clothes.
Hi, Susan. I'm sorry I'm late.
Who is that?
Her name is Eula, Papa.
Eula.
Mr. Varner, you have my abject apology. Jody not only seems to have gotten caught in a flood, he's brought one of the pitiful victims home for proof.
Come on, we'd better say hello to the folks. Well, here he is, folks. Back from the rage in Torrance.
Jody, a happy birthday to Jody, a happy birthday.
I sure do take this kindly of you and your brother, Miss Clara. I never expected anything like this to happen. Being invited in and treated like a friend and all. All the way down here, he hardly seemed to notice me.
Don't worry, he will.
My things dry yet?
I'm afraid not. I'll have to get you into something of mine.
Oh, no, thank you kindly. I'll not trouble you so. I'll just sit here and wait for them to dry. It shouldn't be long.
Now, don't be silly.
Well, I'm afraid you didn't understand, Miss Clara. I ain't a friend of Jody's nor anything like that. He just give me a ride on account of it was so wet and all.
Ride to where?
How's that?
Never mind, it's none of my business.
Well, to tell you the truth, thing is, I got some friends over in Jefferson that I was going to visit, and they'll be worried if I don't.
Oh, am I interrupting?
Come in, Susan, seeing as how you were going to anyway.
Well, I was just wondering if... Well, my, isn't that the cutest little dress? I'll bet you made it yourself.
I reckon it's ruined.
Well, aren't you clever? I never could sew a lick.
Oh, well, I had a pattern to go by.
Don't tell me, Missy, all these lovely little bows and the matching roses on this sweet little hair. Well, that's just pure creative.
Did you want something, Susan?
Just a touch of lilac water, Clara, honey. You don't mind, do you?
Be my guest.
All those people in the smother and heat, it made me a little queasy.
I wouldn't worry about it, Susan, honey. It's hardly just a hairball. Well, I think we better start getting some war paint on you, Eula. Looks like a fight to the finish.
What?
Red. Mm-hmm. Red.
What are you talking about?
Eula, honey, you are about to become the belle of this here now ball.
Papa, you're not mad, are you?
Mad? Mad that you brought her here? No. Though I do confess to a mild degree of disappointment.
Papa, you talk to me, and it must be English, because I recognize the words. But you sure don't get through to me.
Well, let me put it this way to you, Jody. You're 21, and you're Varner, and if you're feeling your oats, that's only proper. Now, if you had brought home a painted woman to this party, or even a whole chorus of the Gaiety Burlesque over there in Jefferson, or anything but that poor little bedraggled, drowned sparrow of a creature, I'd have said...
Papa, don't you understand? I just found her on the side of the road. I felt sorry for her, and I thought I'd bring her...
Hush. Hush your babbling, boy.
Do you like it, Jody?
Wow. $10,000 for a college education? That's all you can think of to say?
Oh, wow's ample, sir.
Come on.
Now, that's what I like. A woman with some conformation.
Where is she from? Well, what's she doing here? Would somebody kind of tell me who she is? Jody? Jody, honey? I do believe this is our dance coming up.
Sure, Susan, sure.
Well, come on.
Butler, you may carve up the meat.
Don't mind me.
I was just...
Know what you was just. Was playing Mrs. Varner. Not Will. Jody, I bet. Mrs. Jody Varner.
'Twa'n't neither.
Why so?
I was just making believe. Besides, it ain't polite to mock another.
Oh, I wasn't mocking. I was marveling. Didn't think Jody Varner had that much sense.
What much sense?
To invite you. He did, didn't he?
Mister, I'm just here because they didn't have the heart to leave me out in the rain. Do you work here?
Nope. First time I've been inside this place.
Oh.
Got a farm a few miles west of here.
Well. Howdy, country. I'm Eula Johnson.
Then quick.
Eula. Eula.
Sounds like your boyfriend's looking for you.
Eula.
Told you, he's not my boyfriend. It's plain to see I don't fit in here.
I say you fit in any place you can get to and stay.
Eula? Eula?
Oh, there you are. I've been looking all over for you. Oh, do you two know each other? Just met. Admire your taste. Tell your daddy that air conditioner's working now. Okay. Shall we go and mingle?
Jody? I'm sorry to interrupt. Your daddy wants you. And I have some real good news for you, honey. Come on. The judge is driving over to Jefferson tonight, and he said he'd be glad to take you along. Isn't that right, Judge?
Happy to.
Jefferson.
You did say that was where you were going.
Oh.
To visit friends?
Yes,
What's the matter?
I'm feeling dizzy. Everything's going round and round.
Well, you better sit down.
I get took like this from time to
Aaron?
time.
Let's have a look.
I think it's my circulation.
I don't think it's anything too serious.
I don't think we better move her, Papa.
Oh, you don't, eh? Clara, looks like this young lady's going to spend the night. You're obliged if you'd see to it.
Yes, Papa.
I'd be obliged if you'd give him to my son. He's down there, look.
Go on.
He'll be down there.
Here.
Morning, Miss Eula.
Morning.
Jody?
Morning, Papa.
Well, I wish I could swim in the pool all morning. Indeed, I do. But I wasn't lucky enough to be born the son of a rich man. Thought you were supposed to be at the bank this morning.
The bank. Papa, I plumb forgot.
I'll expect you there in 20 minutes. Exactly.
Yes, sir. See you, Eula.
Excuse me, sir.
Miss Eula. Just a minute. Well, I'd say you made a very quick recovery.
Yes, sir. I expect you know I was just putting on.
I expect I do. Sit down. Well, looks like Miss Clara's been out of garden. Say, these friends of yours over in Jefferson, wouldn't they be likely to be worried about you?
Friend? Oh, no, sir. They just more or less look for me when I get there.
Oh. Do you know what these are, Miss Schuler?
Why, they're seeds.
That's right. They're miracles, every one of them. But it's a peculiar thing. You got to be careful where you plant them. Cotton's best in bottomland, corn at the edge of a hill. Plant the wrong kind of seed in the wrong kind of soil, and it just won't flower.
You're thinking I'm not good enough for Jody Varner.
I don't doubt that you're good enough. Good and plenty. But there's a big difference between being good enough and right.
I suppose only Miss Susan Beauchamp's right.
No, I don't know what Jody's told you or what's passed between you.
Mr. Varner, nothing has passed between us, and if you're thinking...
Hear me out. The point is, Miss Susan Beauchamp is going to lead that boy of mine to the altar one of these fine days. You can just bet on that. I'm just trying to spare you the hurt. I dare say you're not well fixed financially. Come see me before you leave. I deem it a pleasure to be of help.
I come almost 18 years without so much as hearing your name. I reckon I can make it the rest of the way without your help.
You're mistaken me, all the way down the line.
No mistaking an open door. You don't have to show it to me twice. I don't need a hayrack to fall on me. Oh. Howdy.
What are you doing here?
Oh, you've come for your nooning. Why don't you set yourself down and rest? Down home, I always cook my brothers a good hot dinner. Man needs that. I'll get the stove going. Oh, and I cut you some kindling. You was long. I borrowed your clothes. I hope you don't mind.
How'd you get here, anyway?
Oh, I asked some fella on the road. Said he was a neighbor of yours. Shagged somebody. Oh, he was right nice. Drove me right to the gate.
Well, that was mighty thoughtful of him. Just wonder how I happened to get so lucky.
Well, last night you seemed kind of country and nice. And I was hoping I could stay here and help out. Oh, just long enough to get me bus fare and a little steak.
Well, you can't. I'm nickel and diming it here myself. I can't afford wages.
I don't mind waiting on harvest. Please. I can cook and sew, and I'm used to working real hard. And I don't eat a whole lot, and I'm quiet enough. So I might take some reminding at times.
How old you say you were?
18. Well, almost. Oh, but I've been doing house chores since I can remember, and working the fields, too, when I'm needed. Hey, I'm real good at tomatoes, weeding and cultivating. And there ain't a potato bug born can escape my eye.
Well, if I were you, I'd go back to Jody Varner and tell him I'm sorry.
For what?
Whatever was said in anger, whether it was your fault or not.
Oh, now you got it all wrong, mister. I didn't leave there on account of no little spat. I was shown the door.
Will Varner?
He even tried to pay me to leave. If I never hear that name again, it'll be too soon.
Welcome to the club.
Can I stay?
Let me think about it.
I was just pointing out the facts to her.
Well, I still say it was pretty high-handed. She was my guest.
You were leading her on.
If I did, I'd have been a married man again. Long since.
Everything all right? Bacon crisp enough? Grits to your taste?
Fine, Eula, fine.
Just wait till you sink tooth into my butter beans and ham hocks.
Eula, it's not going to work. I'm sorry. But I've been thinking. There's a woman in town, Minnie Littlejohn. She runs a hotel. I wouldn't be surprised if she'd take you on.
Well, much obliged, but I don't think I'd want to work in town. Not this town, anyway.
Wonder what she wants.
Don't tell her I'm here, please.
Did you hear what she said?
Must have been my brother and Curly Beeman. I didn't know they were after me, I swear it.
You in some kind of trouble?
If I wasn't, I am now. This here was supposed to be my wedding dress, mister. Would have been, too, if I hadn't took buck fever and lit out across the fields. I can't go back with Curly, I can't.
Law says you don't have to marry anyone you don't want to.
Fella who passed that law didn't know Curly Beeman. What am I gonna do?
Jody, would you kindly lie someplace? It's exhausting just watching you.
I'll wait for you.
Thank you.
We can wait in Papa's study. He should be along any minute. I'll see you, Susan.
8 o'clock sharp.
Right. Sit down.
What's the matter, Jody?
Well, what do you think's the matter? There's nothing like 2 or 3 years on the chain gang to put roses in your cheeks.
The chain gang?
Unless, of course, Papa decides to pay that money. But that's 100 to 1 shot in anyone's future book. He does have his principles, you know.
Well, what are you talking about?
Papa's principles. They're very large around here. And if you think...
Well, you said something about paying some money.
Don't pretend you don't know. I'm onto your little game. It's as old as the hills. And if you and Curly think you can get away with this...
Curly?
Yeah, Curly. He's the one you're supposed to be engaged to, isn't he? Might be worth the price of admission just to find out who you leave with, him or Ben Quick. You know, for a little old country gal, you sure do get around. Like a Ferris wheel.
I don't know what you're trying to say, Jody Bonner, but I've done nothing to be ashamed of, and you've got no right to talk to me like this. Why, you're as bad as your papa. And to think I actually came here to help you.
I'll bet.
Well, I did. And you want to hear something funny? When I left here this morning, I cried. I cried because I didn't get a chance to say goodbye to you.
I suppose you cried all the way over to Ben Quick's house.
Well, I'll tell you this much. Maybe his house doesn't have chandeliers and carpets you gotta wade through like bulrushes. But over there, I get treated decent. And I don't get insulted or accused of things I didn't do.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to...
Don't touch me! I was a fool to come here in the first place.
Listen, Eula. Wait, Eula. Please, I'm sorry. Forgive me.
Go me! I never want to see you in this house again.
Eula, I'm sorry. Honestly, I am.
What's going on here?
Eula, sister, what they done to you now?
Can't I let you alone for 5 minutes?
I didn't do anything, Papa. Not much you didn't. How come she's crying?
Never mind, you got your little mountain flower, and I'll take her and go.
Now, hold on just a minute, Mr. Varner. You're not getting off that easy. No, sir. Time we start talking about that wedding present, or would you rather we take this weeping 17-year-old little gal over to see a U.S. federal marshal?
Well, what wedding present?
$3,000, little sister, to help you forget what you've been through.
Yeah, and to help us get started on it.
Think of that, sister. $1,000 apiece for each of us. Gonna buy you an awful lot of rings and arm bangles and pretty dresses. And you know something else? You wouldn't even have to marry old Curly Dog if you didn't want to. Ain't that right, Curly Dog? Oh, yeah, yeah.
Did my son do anything at any time to indicate to you that his intentions were other than honorable?
Tell him. Tell him the truth. You know I didn't.
Yeah, tell us. Did he say anything to hurt your feelings? Or whisper something to bring the blush of shame to your cheeks? Or maybe he come scratching on your door in the dead of night. Or offered you a sip of drinking whiskey from a bottle?
Papa, don't you see what they're trying to do?
Seems to me they've already done it. You will take a check.
Delighted. Come on, John West. You mean you're really going to pay him?
No, boy. You are. You're going to labor all day, every day, 7 days a week, until every last cent of this is paid back to me.
Go be a good Samaritan.
Wait a minute, Mr. Varner. You don't have to give them any check.
Hey, you look, what you talking about?
I just want to say that your son was ever a gentleman. And I wish to thank you all for your kindness.
You look, come back here.
What's happening, Papa?
Where you going, Missy? Don't, come on. You just wait till we get home, Sissy. Just you wait. You going home now. Get in that car.
No, I'm not. I'm never going home.
Get in there. Leave her alone. See there. Stop. Come on.
You all right, Jody?
What'd you pitch in for? I almost had him. You trying to be a big man in front of Eula or something?
Come on, Tiger, let's go bind your wounds.
Don't come calling again. Not to this house or this town. Not to this county. Come on in, boy. We'll take a look at that eye.
Front door, Mr. Varner?
Not for wine and not for walnuts. Iodine, boy. Sharp, stinging iodine. That's all right.
Another one, Mr. Varner?
Oh, no, thank you, Miss Eula. I'd best be getting home. Good night, Minnie. No.
Good night, Will.
Well, say, that's a better looking outfit than the first one I saw you in, Miss Eula.
Thank you, Mr. Varner.
Well, good night.
Good night. Strange man, Mr. Varner.
Fine man once you get to understand him. Of course, that could be a life's work.
You planning to marry him, Miss Minnie?
Well, we've been engaged for 10 years. I just haven't told him about it yet. He forgot his package.
Oh, I'll take it out in the morning.
It's a long way to the Varners.
Is it, Miss Minnie? I wonder.